So, guys, I'm really excited to have Michelle Faul here today. Michelle and I worked together at Giggling and Ackerman, New Jersey. Funny story. It was right after I became an SA. So, what we used to do is like 30 people would come in the office at once, and we used to take everyone back to an initial interview with them, see if like they were like drug addicts or axe murderers, and so if they were, we sent them home. Everyone we thought could do well here, we put in a big group. So you guys seen the webinar I do? We used to do it in person, and Michelle was one of the first interviews I've ever done, and it was a really fun conversation. I was like, man, this woman's got some spirit. So Michelle, you've been. Did you have you hit 4 years yet?
I'm almost 4 years. It will be when I got released was December 3rd, but I started the process in October.
Like 6 months behind me. Okay. So maybe it wasn't my first, but I was like an SA at the time.
Yeah.
But Michelle is a complete beast. Michelle, if you're okay, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions if you can let everyone know. So Michelle, what's your biggest week AOP?
My biggest week is probably close to 12 in a week.
Okay. What's your biggest
You
month?
can do that in one day, actually. You've done it in one day.
What's your biggest day?
My biggest day is about 10.
Okay. What's your biggest month?
32.
Okay. Now, I know the answer to this, but when you came in, did you have a huge personal network you were selling?
No, I don't have any network.
Do you have any personal network that you're selling?
None.
Zero. Right. Have you done anything in insurance before, or sales, anything?
Never sold a thing in my life. Yeah.
No, so just this has nothing to do with sales, but Michelle is also like a rock star triathlete. I actually saw Michelle, if you mind, how old are you, Michelle?
I am 59. I'll be 60 in November.
Right. I saw Michelle squatting like 250 on Instagram yesterday. I thought that was really cool, actually. But yeah, Michelle's a triathlete. One thing I could say about her, she's one of the most tenacious people I've ever seen. She works harder than anyone I've ever seen. When we were in the office, she'd be with me like 8 in, and then she'd get done with the field at midnight. And I know she's still doing the same thing, and this is kind of like, her thing. But, given no personal network, no sales, I guess, a lot of people here are the same. Why are you able to do that? Let's start there.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the number one, before I get into anything else, is you got to know why you're here, and you have to have that very clear vision. I have one thing that so motivates me. It doesn't motivate anybody else, but that's my bank account. So I had goals specifically when I wanted this, when I wanted that, 6 months here by January. And guess what? I am like this close to my goal, and then I'll change my goal. Goals keep changing, but that is my biggest drive. It motivates me. It excites me. And it's happening. This is real. This opportunity is real. What they say is Giggling and Ackerman. This is dope.
So are you working mainly leads or referrals right now?
Mainly my business is I work the leads to the referrals. So most of my business now is referral based.
Good. But you worked leads for a long time, right?
Yes, I was very dependent on leads.
What would you say on leads your closing percentage was?
What is it now?
Yeah,
it's going a little over 50% of closing right now.
But when you were on leads, it wasn't that high, right?
No, 30%.
Now, how many presentations were you giving in a day?
Then?
Yeah.
Maybe 1, 2, maybe a day, 1, 2.
But how many appointments would you have in a day, you think?
Maybe 6, maybe 8.
Okay. And how many?
Then.
And how many phone calls would you say you were making?
Maybe 76 to 90.
A day? That's it?
Yeah, or 100 in the field days.
Oh, well, that's back in the day, yeah.
But now,
no, so now, like virtually, like.
Oh my gosh, my calls were literally 500-600 a day.
Wow. So there you go.
Presentations now, I average 3 to 5 or more a day.
Mm-hmm.
One day I had literally 10.
There you go. And all the referrals that you're working now, are from existing leads or referrals that you got from leads, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I work the leads for referrals. That's all I do. That's my goal. You know, I don't look at the leads. Of course, you want to sell that, but I'm looking like how many referrals can I get off that lead? Because one family can change your whole life. Like I'm all about quality of leads. So when I first, you want me to continue with this?
Yeah,
So
no, go. I'm just leading.
okay, so
I'm
I'm
giving you a
very
presentation.
excited, guys. Like, I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to help. I mean, that's my mission in life, is to help as many people as possible. If I can do it, you guys can do it. Trust me. You know, so basically when I started, I was very like, people talk to people, you know, like, what am I doing in this business? And so I said, you know what? One day there was one guy who did a round table talking about referrals. And I said, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. Everything about this business is being out of your comfort zone. So what I did was, one day we were in the field, and then I'm going to go into the Zoom world. So what in the field day, I said, that's it. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. I'm going to do this contest. I'm going to offer everybody the contest. This family did this. You're going to let your cousin do that. He gave you 6. You got to get more than that. I did this for 2 days straight, and I got 180 referrals.
180 in 2 days.
180 in 2 days.
I think I remember when you did that.
Yeah.
Now explain that contest thing, because I don't think we've never really done that. So.
Okay, so yeah, so I do kind of silly things. I'm very silly. So the contest is basically, well, listen, you could do many contests. First of all, you can't offer any more than $25 because that's the rebate law. And when you're offering a contest, you got to follow through with the cards. So it could be a Wawa card or anything. Listen, I'm running a contest this month. Whatever family gives me the most referrals, they're going to get a $25 gift card, or whatever it could be. It could be, I'll deliver you a dinner card, or whatever it is that you want to do. And I would work the families off each other. So I would go to, let's say, Jeremy, listen, your cousin just gave me 10. Are you going to let him beat you? And he's like, no, I'm going to give you, all right. And he pulls out his phone. Okay. And then I go to the next family and the next family. And before you know it, I walked out that one Friday or Thursday with 80 referrals. Okay. And I had a trainee with me as well. So she's seeing this actually like really happening. The next day I got 90. And then I started calling them instantly. And probably out of all those, maybe I got 10 sales. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a pretty good percentage. But from that time, I said to myself, I can do this. You know, if you don't ask, you don't get. So now how I do my referrals, I want quality. So I always say to the customer, now you saw a value in that, or I go through the whole thing. I make it a big deal. I'm very enthusiastic. We want to get this out to as many people as possible. But you know what? I can only give you 5 of these discount cards, whatever your leads are. 5 discount cards to the people that you are the closest to, who you talk on a frequent basis. Now, you mentioned that you have your sister. Let's get it to your sister, because when you're in the rapport, you want to start gathering names. You live by your family? Do you have help? Who comes and helps? Oh, my mother. Oh, great. What's your mother's name? Write it down. Okay. Your uncle, whoever it may be. You have a bestie? Who's your best friend? Well, we definitely have to get this out to her. These are 10% to 80% savings. And then I do personal testimonies. I use mics all the time. Veterinarian bills. You have dogs? What kind of dog do you have? What's the name of the dog? You know, I build rapport and I get them to want to give me. And I don't, listen, if I don't get 5, I'm not worried about it. Because one family, when I was in the contest, I believe it was July, one family brought me to 19K. One family on one referral. One family on one referral led me to her significant other. Then led me to a whole family. Now, when I got this family, I strategically planned my day. Like, I do mostly everything on Zoom then. But if I'm in a contest, I'm going to go do whatever I need to do. So I had these 3 referrals in Newark, New Jersey. And I said, okay, I need to strategically plan my day because I'm not going to go out in the field for one person, So I had actually a couple of other union leads. So I had a POS, a policy holder, then I had a union. So I gathered all my Newark people up and I went boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam. I walked out with 6K on Saturday. Okay. Again, I was 15,000 down, guys, 15,000 down. Okay. But I got the whole house. I'm like, when I got to the house, I was only going for one person. Oh, your brother's here? Yeah, he needs insurance. Great. Oh, and your son's here? Go get him, bring him down. Okay. Oh, your grandson's here? Oh, we need to get him insurance too. Okay, and then how about yourself? I think you only have 10,000. That's not enough. Got her too. Okay, so that's how you roll. That's how you roll your referrals. Like, I get so excited. So then I finished with that family, and I'm literally, guys, have a few days left. I have a few days left. I get a lead. Okay, she says to me, she was really good where she was. She was a policy. She was, listen, I got my daughter. She was on my Zoom 8:00 in the morning. I got my daughter. Okay, great. Got get the daughter on. I have my son. Okay, we're gonna do the son. 8:00 in the morning the next day. And then when I sat down with her son, I said, all your friends, you grew up with these guys? He was in the garbage business. Like, yeah, I got my 5 friends. I said, great, let's get the name and number. I got all those 5 friends. Okay. And then I was at the I'm at the final. I already hit my over 30, but I didn't even know that because I'm just rolling. And then finally I got another referral. I got them on the Zoom, and he said, I can't get the bank account. Or I'm like, oh no, we're getting the bank account today. So he goes, I'm going to the bank on Saturday. And I'm like, all right, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to call the bank right now. We're going to do a 3-way call and get it. Boom, bam, got the deal done. And that's how I roll. I know I sound like I'm all over. So, you can reel me in, ask me questions, Mike, keep going.
Yeah, no, and guys, a big reason she's able to do this. Do you hear the excitement in her voice? I mean, I don't I'm getting blown back by the excitement, right? She is the perfect definition of smile and dial. Michelle has one speed and one volume, and it's there, right? We could be talking about we need, more paper towels for the bathroom in the office, and that's the level she's at, right? And guys, when you talk to someone who is so excited, what does it make you do? It makes you be excited. And she personifies that. Now, Michelle, you've had you're what for the year, 150,000 for the year, something like that already.
Yeah, I think I'm probably about close to that right now. The numbers haven't really come up, but I'm pretty close.
Yeah. Now, in your 4 year, let's call it 4 years, you've had bad weeks, right? You've had bad months, right? How do you get over that? How do you deal with that adversity?
Well, the thing is you're going to listen. This business is not easy. You're going to have ups. You're going to have downs. But when it's this is real. This is an opportunity. You got to just keep going. You got to keep going. And the other thing is, you have resources here. You have Janine. You have Mike. You have Chris. When you're in those situations, you pick up the phone and you say, okay. You have to analyze your situation. This is listen, I do it till this day. I'm #1 of the Giggle and Ackerman agency. I role play with David Ackerman, my RGA, okay, and Gig Alone. So you have to say, okay, I'm going through this rough period. What am I doing? Analyze your story. Analyze your situation. How many calls do I have? How many presentations do I have? Well, if I haven't reached 10 and I don't have anything, well, that's okay, because a yes is going to come. You always know whenever there's a no, a yes does come. And the system works. This system works. If you follow the system, you got to have your activity up. You got to have your activity
up. How many, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but how many no's in a row have you gotten in presentations before you got a yes? Your worst streak ever? We've all had them. So
I literally had maybe close to 10 no's one day.
Yeah, and guys, it happens. But here what Michelle says, follow that system. That's the important thing. Keep that excitement up. Now, on the phones, obviously you make a ton of phone calls. When you're getting people that say, well, I didn't ask for this, or no, I don't want to do this. How do you react to that?
Well, the one thing is that I'm very big on keeping to the script. If they're going off to the script, you need to go back onto the script. So if they say, oh, I never signed this, and then I said, okay, well, I just need to verify the information. You just got to keep rolling. Okay, just got to keep rolling. Oh, and your birth date and your beneficiary there, is that correct? Okay, great. What time do you get home from work? Oh, why do I have to do Zoom? It's company protocol. What time do you get home from work? You just got to keep rolling it. You just got to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Good. Janine, did you have any questions for Michelle?
I know I sent her some
Yes.
things. Going from, I know I had one question. What made you want to change from going and working just solely leads and maybe like doing a 10, 12K month to working referrals and going 30K? What changed with you?
Well, I always say it's always my goals and my drive. If I want to do something, if I'm going to set my mind to 30K, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do whatever it takes. You have to do whatever it takes to get to your goal, whatever your goal is. But I did make changes.
What changes did you make?
So the changes where I came, so one thing about me is I don't limit myself to one agency. I'm listening to what other people are doing, how they're making it, and then I implement. So one of the things I started to do is, okay, if they're making this kind of money, what are they doing? Okay, they're hiring bookers. Now, I'm not saying you have to hire bookers, but if you want to have that high content consistently, you're either going to have to make your 400 or 500 calls, because we're in the Zoom world. So you got to do double. You got to make those calls and you got to be hitting your goal with that. You got to have your numbers up. So what I did is when I started doing this, and I think I've been in about a year in the process right now, or close to a year, I hired somebody, just one person. I talked to a lot of people, and I actually hired an agent that actually wasn't here, was very good on the phones. And I started with her and we worked together. She had a very good show ratio and I made my calls with her. And I started getting 10, 10, 10. And then I started talking about other booking companies and I started getting 12, 12, 13. And I hired another booking company. And now I'm starting to really get into the 14s, the 15s, the 20s every month now. Like I'm averaging right now with everything else that I have to do about 5,000 to 6,000 to 5,000 to 7,000 every week.
Yeah.
On top of doing everything else I have to do. So imagine
GA as well. So
yes. So imagine if you didn't have these responsibilities, what you really could do.
Yeah. Now you're obviously married, have a family, and I know you work more than anyone. What do you say to your husband or your family when you're only working? Like what do you say to them? Like what's it
Well, that was actually the next thing on my list, Janine, too, was sacrifice. You got to sacrifice for what you want down the road. It's not thinking about what is today, what's the moment today. It's what you want for your future. Like we're entrepreneurs. So you have to sacrifice. So I do. I've missed family functions. My sister-in-law didn't talk to me for a year. I've missed many short visits with my husband. I will sacrifice for what I want for my future. Like I'm invested 10 years. I'm invested 10 years. Obviously, if I was 20 or 30, I'd be, full blown for the rest of my life, but I'm going to be 60. So I got another 6 years. I'm going to do everything I can, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, whatever it takes to get where I need to be. And that means scheduled nonstop to get where I am. If I'm not where I'm at, like I don't even think where I'm at on Friday. Like I put no limits. Okay. I'm like, if I'm at Friday, I'm at 4,000 or 5,000. Am I not going to work Saturday or Sunday? No, Saturday and Sundays are my biggest paycheck because people are more relaxed. They're willing, they got paid on Friday. They're more willing to sit down. They're more willing to listen to you. You just have to be willing to do whatever it takes. But that also comes with a conversation with your family. You just can't, you have to sit down with them. What are our goals? This is my goals together. Okay. And this is what we want to reach. So this is the sacrifice it's going to take.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that's so important. Obviously, you need the buy-in from the family. What would you say your show ratio is?
Oh, I have a pretty good show ratio.
What is really good?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty close to 80%. Like, people show up.
What are you doing to get them to show up? Give up.
Okay, well, that's definitely the thing. The phones, guys, is everything. I am relentless. I'm not going to say sometimes I have a 50% show ratio, but I'm definitely presenting 4 or 5 times a day, pretty regularly now. So it comes with the phones. It really does. It's setting the phone. It's locking them in. It's modeling them on the phones, having some kind of relationship, but not talking too much. And then having them, like, I'll say, hi, do you have a pen and paper with you? My name, my number, can you repeat it to me? I make them repeat it. Okay, great. And I'm also going to send you a confirmation through text. If they prefer email, okay, what is your email? Send email. Did you get it? Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to see you tonight at 6 p.m. And then I do mention I see a lot of families, there's one less family, especially unions, guys. They don't want to take away from another union member. Buy union, be union. So I always say that. And I'll say it to other leads too. Like, I can only see one family at a time, and I've reserved this time for you, especially for you to take the time to answer any of your questions. Then once I set up the appointment, and let's say I'm sending them an email, I'll call them back up. I said, hi, this is Michelle again. I said, did you get the link? They said, yeah, we got the link. I said, great, we'll see you at 6 p.m. Yes, awesome. Now, another thing I do is I always, after I make an appointment, I'll do a video and I'll say, hi, my name is Michelle. I'm going to just put a name to a face. I'm going to see you 6 p.m. tonight. And here's my link.
Perfect. Do you do a lot of immediate appointments?
Yes. Oh, on the spot.
Like, so if you can get an immediate, you're always taking it, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm like,
if I was on the phone with you, how would you go about getting me into an immediate appointment?
So I call you and call in reference to your 4,000 accidental, blah, blah, blah. And I'll say, okay, you know what? I just finished an appointment. I have a few minutes right now before my next appointment, which is in about 15 minutes. So I have time for you right now. So why don't you hop on my Zoom and we'll just take care of this right now.
I like that. So you're insinuating that it's only a 15-minute call, which it can be.
Which it could be, but the point is that once they're on there, they're not thinking about 15 minutes because I'm already bringing them in about what we have for them.
Right. All right. So here's a good question for you. When you're presenting, how many of your sales start with a no? So when you show them A or B, we do it a little differently. I know you guys do A and B. So when you show A and B, how many start with not a yes?
Oh, I've had so many that say, oh no, oh no,
so,
oh no.
But you're big on rebuttals and objections, right?
Yeah. So basically, I'll let them roll because, listen, when you get so many no's in a presentation, you're going to get a yes. It's whatever you tell your brain. Of course, I don't get all the sales, right? Of course. But I don't take a no for an answer. I just keep rolling in the presentation. I just keep moving. I don't take a no. And then I get into the offer page. I understand. Do you understand this? Do you see the need in it to protect your family? Okay, great. So now I'm just going to ask you a simple question. Are we going to go with A or B to protect your family?
Yeah, guys, they have a different script because we do cancer.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Like, we do gold, silver, bronze.
Oh yeah, it's a gold, silver. So listen, this is the gold package. I do that too. This is the gold package. This means I have this great thing too I do now. So if I'd like to share. Okay. Yeah. I say to them, listen, do you want to see me 1 time? Or do you want to see me 3 times? Or do you want to see me 5 times?
So meaning if they get like the bronze package, they're gonna have to see you more?
You're gonna have to see me again because you're not where you're.
So they're gonna buy something and never see you again?
Exactly.
I like that. Cool. I mean, we have like everyone on, we have people who've been here for, I mean, we've only been open for 10 months, but you know, a couple months to a couple days, like Karen and Frankie are still in, you know, training, your equivalent of Lawrence's class. If you can give them the best advice, like one piece of advice, what would it be? As people who are brand new.
Well, just, you always have to have your why in front of you, because you're going to have ups and downs. If you have that why in front of you, you're going to keep going. But the best advice I can give you is never give up, because you don't want regrets. And if you leave, you'll have regrets. I'm just going to be honest, and I'm not bragging or whatever, but I'm close to a 200K salary, pay, and I'm only here 3+ years. I make literally lowest 2,500 a week, but most of my checks are 3 to 5. And a couple weeks ago, I made 10. This is real, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. I didn't just get here. You know, it's been my work ethic. The work ethic is work ethic, dedication, commitment. You can't have a plan B. It's option A.
Yeah, now it's kind of the same question, but say someone who's been here for 6 months, who started off good, maybe is hitting a rut, right? Not closing as much. What's your advice? You know, having second guesses. What's your advice to them?
Yeah, I've been there.
I know you have. That's why I'm asking. And everyone is. You know, you know how many times I've quit this job? Like 10 times. But I didn't.
Yeah, you're gonna want to quit 1,000,000 times with those that don't give up. So my advice is there. You're in a rut. I've been there. Listen, when I started the Zoom world, I didn't have a sale for 3 weeks, and I sold every week. 3 weeks. But what made me keep going is because I can do this, and I just keep moving forward, and I ask for help. You got to ask for help. We have so many resources here. You guys got the best here. Oh my God. Janine is like amazing. Mike is like the biggest sales, best guy. I mean, you've got a team here where you have everything. And, you know, Chris dedicated here. I don't really know Chris too much. I've met him a couple of times, but you got the best of the best here. They want this for you. So listen, they're going to give you your time. But you got to do the work.
Cool.
Don't expect if you're making 20, 30, 50 calls, 100 calls that, you know, you're gonna make it. You're not.
I like that. Got to do the work. We only got a couple minutes here. Did anyone have any specific questions for Michelle? Don't be shy. She'll answer anything.
Anything.
No? Damn.
I'll ask.
Oh, go ahead.
So when you first stepped outside of your comfort zone, right, with trying to obtain referrals and everything, you know, like what did you do?
To do that?
Yeah, I mean, little steps. Did you kind of just jump into it, or?
Well, everything, you know, listen, small improvements every day. Small improvements every day. I will do this today. Not I will, I want, not I want, or I will, you know, I will do this today. I'm going to try this today. If it doesn't work, I've done that many times. I said, I'll try that. Oh, it doesn't work. I won't do it again. I try something else. So just like, you have to be kind to yourself too. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, listen, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to try it. You know, I'll tell you one thing. That really helped me in this business. I don't know if they know Rick Altig.
They don't, but Rick Altig's the biggest SGA in the company.
So Rick Altig, when he started, he has this video out there, a YouTube. And when I was massively, Jennifer, am I really uncomfortable? He would always say, lights, camera, action. You have to pretend to be an actress or an actor, okay? Until it all comes together. And listen, you're going to be uncomfortable throughout this career. And as you move up, you become more uncomfortable. Then you get out of that. Then there's another thing. You just have to lights, camera, action. I can do this. I can do this. Just try it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Role play with role play. I do a lot of role playing. I'm not comfortable. You think I'm comfortable with Eric Gigalone role playing with him, who's been here 40 years, one of the best of the best? Hell no. Okay, but he puts me on the spot, and then I'm just roll. And you gotta have enthusiasm. Once you have enthusiasm, like excitement, and it's a transformation of belief, you gotta believe in this. You're just gonna fly. You gotta believe and use other people's stories. Like I lost my dad when I came here. I mean, I paid for 3 funerals in my lifetime. It was rough. I came here literally with maybe 2,000 in my account, and I had debt, but I gave it a shot.
And look at you now.
Yeah, and who knows what the future is? Yeah, and look at you and where you're going to be.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michelle, I want to really thank you. That extra half hour flew by because I was so into it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, Michelle. We talk all the time. I love you. And
Yeah, I love you guys so much. And if anybody wants help, like I told you, you guys got the best of the best. So go rock it. Let's do it. Let's get those win weeks going.
For sure. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Keep kicking ass. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
We
Everyone
appreciate
give her
it.
a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Michelle.
See you. Bye-bye.
All right, Michelle.